I want to speak about something that I've seen that has, or that is genuinely heartbreaking. When I see people say things or make posts like, love is not real or love is fake, or that they don't trust love or don't believe in love. And it's so interesting to me how usually these feelings and these thoughts come from, event after event, or sometimes it only takes one time where you entered into a relationship of some kind. And again, the word relationship is not necessarily mean boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. Relationship, we're in relationship all the time. By existing, we're in constant relationship. But being in relationships where you may have been open, you may have been willing to love, and you were betrayed or hurt or, a number of things that lead a being to shell up or feel that love is not real. But it's so odd to me because we allow those who know no love at all to dictate to us whether or not love is real or not. That doesn't make any sense, does it? We give our love, we give our open heart to something or someone, and it betrays us, or it does something to harm us or hurt us intentionally. And then we turn around and we blame love. How is that love's fault? It's just that being, that one being or beings we were in relationship with. Because if they had had love in their heart, would it have gone that way? And this is only for those who genuinely have been through something, not made up ego stories like I liked him and he didn't like me back, or I liked her and she didn't like me back. Love isn't real. It's like, come on, we're not in middle school anymore. People are allowed not to like you back just because you see somebody through a romantic lens. They owe you absolutely nothing. But I'm talking to those who it came genuinely from the heart and it still, quote unquote, backfired or you were attacked for it. Why do we let beings who are loveless tell us love is not real when your very existence proved that that was a lie? You, by believing, and if this is those you truly, when you look back on it, you were truly loving. Were you not the love? And again, I'm not saying that means you deserve to get hurt or, glancing over that. I'm specifically looking at that one piece where we say love isn't real or it doesn't exist. How could that be? Remember, we have the saying on this planet, hurt people hurt people. So when we encounter beings, even if we give them our quote unquote love or we extend love and they turn around and do something unloving, they're literally broken. And I don't mean that in like a attacking them, but it's a fact. No consciousness, no mind, no heart that is whole, that truly loves itself, could truly have the capacity to intentionally go out and harm another. Again, hurt people hurt people. Loveless people are loveless. So it's not that love is not real or love doesn't exist, but it does for that person maybe. And we extended our love or we came in relationship with them and they didn't know how to handle love or they didn't know what we blame ourselves so much when in reality, it's another person's problem and an issue. They're the ones broken on the inside, and we take it upon ourselves sometimes to try to mend them when it's not your responsibility. And then we get hurt for it. I'm not saying to stop being loving, but it is heartbreaking seeing people completely give up on love. So to speak, hate has won when you do that. Because you were the loving one, but something happened and it made you completely Stop believing in yourself because you were the love, remember? If you have gotten to the point where you say you don't believe in it anymore, that means at some point you did. At some point that was who you were. At some point that's just what you believed, but something happened. But then we blame love. We give up on love itself. Something that is beyond even the true conception or understanding that us human beings put on it. True, real, eternal love. We don't even know anything about eternity. Everything in our world has a beginning and an end. A love that surpasses understanding. That loves for existing. Do you really think the average, and again, not judging or looking down, but do you really think that your average little human being has the capacity? And again, this is directly looking at somebody who you have seen be completely unloving. Completely unloving. And so often in these relationships, we were manipulated, right? They said that I love you. And then they went and cheated. They said I love you and went and harmed you. They said, but words mean absolutely nothing. We are not human speakings, human wishings. We are human beings. What were they being the whole time, actually? And don't lie to yourself. We, as human beings, have a great social, what's the word? Basically, you know how you can feel vibes, but when you think you really like someone or love someone, you'll ignore the red flags, right? Or you'll get that strange idea that they'll change for you, or they'll change, period. And then they don't, and then they hurt you, or then they do this, that, or the third, and then we blame love. Why? Love had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. Because if love had something to do with it, would that have happened? No. What were they being? What were they actually doing? I can say I love you while hitting you all day, like parents. Think about parents. If you grew up being beaten, whooped, spanked, they'll say, I love you. This is because I love you. Then they'll raise their hand at you. We've been conditioned in so many different ways to believe that love goes both ways, that the same being that loves you will hug you and put that knife in your back at the same time. It's absolute distortion and nonsense. Do not be manipulated. Think about a dual split mind. I have you believing in love and hate, and then I mix them up. You can't tell which is which. So then you blame love. You say love is not real. If love is not real, we are fucked. Right? Really sit down and think about if we really live in a universe or a world or a neighborhood or a home where there is love absent, there's lovelessness. You wouldn't even exist without some form of love consciously. So to believe that love doesn't exist because one broken heart tried to break yours, it just doesn't make sense to me. And it breaks my heart, metaphorically. But, also I feel it because it's like we lost another one, so to speak, for the moment. Another one who has given up. When in reality, they were hurt by a person who was already hurt. It's not that love is not real. It's that most beings don't even know what it is. This is no excuse to settle or to allow people to treat you a certain way. It's also not an excuse for why you went through what you went through or experienced what you experienced. But to completely give up on love, to allow 1, 2, 10, 20 people dictate a universal force like love, something that is going to outlast you, the universal force of love, to allow one asshole or one dickhead, yeah, we're being a little explicit on this one, to allow one person or a handful or a group get to tell you in your heart that love no longer exists. Fuck them in the most loving way possible. They don't get to dictate shit. And you don't have to give up on love. You are unbreakable the moment you just truly decide to be. And it sounds like some motivational bullshit, but what's the alternative? To keep living lovelessly? To be like them? And how many people have we heard, oh, I got my heart broken one time, now I'm breaking everybody's heart? Come on. That's weak. And you know it. That's pathetic. And you know it. You allowing others to dictate your moves, you'll never be free. Somebody does something to you and they'll always have you in their back pocket because you have allowed and decided that you are not sovereign, that you don't get to make your own choice, your own decisions. Think about if you was a superhero and you had the power to heal yourself. Yeah, it'd be annoying taking that damage, but eventually I really don't care. Is that the best you can do? Is that the most loveless you can be? You thought that was gonna hurt? I still choose to love. Do I have to stay in the relationship? Absolutely not. You don't have to stay in any relationship that harms, drains, destroys, manipulates you in any way. It doesn't matter if it's a husband, a wife, a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a job. Think about it. You don't owe anything but love, if anything. Think about it. What would you possibly owe anybody? If anything, it would be love. And you gave it and they spit in your face. Okay. Have a good life. I'm out. I'm going to go find that which where love reciprocates and loves me back. Because I refuse to be like you. So that's just how I feel about it.